So this last paper in this robustness is actually very interesting. It takes it to the extreme. It says that you can actually change 1 pixel and it's going to fool your network. So it turns out that 1 pixel is enough. And let's see a couple of examples. That's a ship. You change this pixel and it's going to be classified as a car with this confidence. That's a horse. You change a pixel, it's going to become a frog. That's a deer. You change 1 pixel, it's going to become an airplane. Horse, it's going to become a dog. And these are the confidence that the network is going to have. You can change a sheep to an airplane, a cat to a dog with only changing 1 pixel. That's insane. Yes. So what's the idea behind it and how is it different from the adversarial attacks that we saw before? So F is your target classifier. I'm going through some notation. These are the notations of the paper. We are going to need that to understand what's going on. So you have an original image and it's being correctly classified as target, as class T. So in previous papers, I was using T to denote the target. Here, T denotes the actual classified image. It's correct class. So we have to be careful here a little bit. If you look at F of F is going to be a vector. If you look at the T component, it's going to be the probability of that X belonging to that particular class, T. So F of Tx is going to denote our probability. We want to come up with an adversarial example, and that's going to be an additive adversarial example because we add that to the original image. Now, what we want to do, we pick a target that's going to be, for instance, an airplane, and you can maximize the probability of the perturbed image being an airplane. So X is deer, E is the perturbation, and ADV is our airplane. So we want to maximize that logit of our network or that probability of a network subject to a constraint. We don't want the perturbation to be too big. So you have a limit on the maximum modification that you can do. Otherwise, it's going to be easy to detect. Now ADV is our target class where we want to attack. So a little bit of notation, and we have to be careful. T is deer, ADV is airplane, is our target. We want our network to make that mistake. And we're gonna, in this paper, look at black box attacks. And we spent quite a lot of time discussing what is a black box attack and what is a white box attack on the previous table. So now we know what we mean by black box attack. If you change the norm to be L0, you're basically counting your pixels. You're counting the number of pixels that are different. The L0 norm is gonna say which one of these is positive, which one is 0. And we want to have only one change. So we set D to be 1. That's gonna be only 1 pixel. Solving that problem is tough because you are not gonna have gradients to do gradient descent because of the L0 norm. So how are we gonna solve it? Whenever you don't have gradients, you can do reinforcement learning or you can do evolutionary algorithms. So this paper uses differential evolution. And what is that? It's a population-based optimization algorithm, and it's used for solving complex multimodal optimization problem, like what you have here. And it's just an evolutionary algorithm. I'm going to tell you exactly what the algorithm is going to look like for this particular example. So let's see what is the candidate solution. This is the space of candidate solutions. And what are our options? X1, Y1 is a pixel. Maybe X1 is the 10th pixel on the X direction, and in the Y direction is the 5th. And that's going to be this point. And what is the color for that particular pixel? We are going to say it has a red component, green component, and blue component. So this is the space of candidate solutions that we can change. We are looking for a change, and we are changing one of these. You initialize your population, you say xi, yi, and you sample it in the case of a CIFAR10 from a uniform distribution from 1 to 32 because you have 32 pixels. 32 pixels in the X direction, 32 pixels in the Y direction. For ImageNet, you have more pixels that you can change. And how do you specify red, green, blue? You sample it from normal distribution with this mean and that variance. So that's how you initialize your population. And that's going to give you a parent population. And let's say you sample 400 points. So your candidate solutions are going to have a size of 400. And the children are also going to be 400. And I guess I'm going to stop here because we are out of time and continue next time. For those of you who have questions, you're more than welcome to stay and ask. For those of you who want to leave, you can leave.
Thanks for spending the time on that last paper. Sorry, I had so many questions.
No, it was great. Thanks for asking.
This is crazy. A single pixel?
It's crazy.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, you too.